With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson. Shifts by him. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Inside give to Dickerson. And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 70 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big...
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Allen now on first down. This is brought in by Casper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Black Knights are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And partner kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown. Cowboys. DK Metcalf. 77 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that is how you retaliate. After getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is up to 8. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carve.
He's got him in, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Operating attacking from the red zone now. Allen being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's Derek Johnson, the first-round pick back in 05 with a sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Gano for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now Allen to try again after the pick six. Open man completes it to Claypool. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. And Herman Moore, such a luxury to have out there wide at 6'4", 210.
Almost an anomaly because he ushered back in, or helped usher back in, the big receiver into the NFL. We used to have him, then that 5-yard bump rule came into play, so you didn't have to worry about having a huge receiver getting off the line. You could use the smaller guys, but Herman Moore did everything a little guy could do, just at 6'4", 210.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Swung out wide to Sanders. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Good throw here by Allen, complete. Touchdown! Chase Claypool from 8 yards out. And the Black Knights let's get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a one-score deficit. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throw it back across his body. Sauce Gardner picks it off. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Allen's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Allen off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Shut him down! Shut him down! Let's do this!
A final shot before half for Allen. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. There he goes, right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Gano the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, They're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, Allen. He's got him in, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Back to Dickerson here on 2nd down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Dickerson on the handoff. They find some open field here. 92 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running it with Dickerson. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Inside give to Allen. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A carry for Dickerson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
56.
Here's Eric Dickerson, and he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run now with Dickerson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Allen off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he is going to go down. the sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Pressure gets to him again. Sauce Gardner. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And he's got a man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 41 yards. Play action. Now it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And again, it's Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. And Allen is actually going to throw it here, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Tackle.
On play action, Allen rolling to his right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. Allen going to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it.
He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. And he will get into the end zone, and a two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. The fourth quarter.